Hi everyone, it's Melissa with Awaken Your Inner Awesomeness. Today I wanted to talk to you about miracles. When we think about miracles, most people think about something grand or huge that happens to you in your life. Either someone is completely healed of a disease, or it's almost as if angels protected a car and avoided a car accident. So it's some grand gesture. But I want you to think about the small miracles that happen in your life every day. Miracles don't have to be something grand, and in fact, they happen to us all the time. We just stopped paying attention. If you started paying attention in your life every day, you would realize how many miracles really do show up for us. We just have to be observant and paying attention to them. Let me give you an example. Everyday miracles that we see that we just take for granted as just a part of life. Think about sunrises or sunsets, or your baby's laugh. That's such a miraculous moment when they laugh for the first time, or when they smile, or when they say your name for the first time. It's amazing. Those things are all miracles. What about your child's laugh, your little children, when you listen to them playing? Those things are all miracles, and they happen every day, and we don't even pay attention to them anymore because we're just used to them. There are a lot of other really miraculous things that happen to you throughout your day that I bet you don't even pay attention to. Think about when you've been down and a coworker comes in, they got you a Starbucks to cheer you up. I mean, that's kind of a miracle. It brightened up your day a little bit. And don't think that your angels didn't have something to do with it. They know when we're down, when we need a little boost. And they can put a thought in someone's mind to go cheer them up or call them. When you get a phone call out of the blue and you were really down and depressed, and all of a sudden someone calls and says, "Are you okay? Just thought I should check on you." That can change your whole day. And it doesn't seem like a lot, doesn't seem like a huge miracle, but it's definitely a miracle if someone was able to take you from being totally depressed to then laughing and having a good day. Those things happen for us all the time. But I think that we've become so busy in our lives, we just don't even think about all of the ways that we experience miracles. I'll give you an example for something that happened to me the other day. We started back to school as our first week, and since I took this healing course, I decided to Reiki my classroom because I thought, I want to have a really good year. I want my students to learn a lot, but to also have a good year. And I think I had mentioned before, I was starting to feel drained emotionally and feeling like I really didn't even want this school year to start. I hate to even admit that. To say that I felt sort of like I was losing my passion would, I think, be an understatement. And I've never felt that way really before with teaching. So I didn't know what was going on with me or why I was feeling this way. But we went through some training and we learned the 7 habits of highly effective people. And that sort of perked me up a little bit because I thought, this is right along with what I've been learning in my healing course. And these are things I can definitely use in my classroom. So the first day comes and goes. We didn't have all of our students because the freshmen all had places they had to go. So I only had some of my classes. And I had one class I know is probably going to be a challenge for me, which was not making this dreading teaching thing any easier. So I was feeling a little down because I don't want to dread this year and I don't want to not like my job. So I went home that night and just said a prayer to my team and said, I need your assistance in helping me to find my passion again. What is it that I need in order to be the best teacher for these students that I can? Because I don't want to dread going to school every day. I don't want them to dread going to school every day. So I went back to school the next day, and we had all day long with our freshman advisories. And these are students that I only saw for 20 minutes the day before. And these kids were the sweetest, best kids. We had a really good day just connecting with one another. They were so funny, and they were really, really quiet at first, and then I started talking to them. And I stopped thinking about the fact that I was their teacher and more about the fact that these were people that I just wanted to develop a relationship with. Just get to know them. How can I best help them? For them to see me as part of a team, not me being up there telling them what to do. And we really had the best day, and it totally changed my outlook for the rest of the day. I only saw one other class after that, but that class also was awesome. I mean, we talked about German culture, and we were just playing a fun trivia game because it was a weird schedule and I didn't want them to be ahead of everybody else. We had the most amazing time, and the class time went by so fast. And I really thought to myself, these are just really good kids. And it gave me hope. But I know that part of the reason that I experienced that is because I actually gave it to my team and I said, please show me why I do this again, because I'm losing sight of why I'm here. And they did. And to me, that was a big miracle. But it represents part of the smaller miracles that we see every day that we just don't even think about. You can take 5 minutes and ask your spiritual team if you're having a bad day to help you turn it around. Or if you're losing passion for your job, to help you feel the way you did again when you first had that job. We can ask our team for help in all ways. And it's surprising the way that they will show up with miracles. They will give you people in your life who will make your life better, who will make you feel positive, happy. They give you joy. I feel blessed because most of the people that I work with, I absolutely love, and they make my day so much better. When they come in for lunch and we sit and we talk, it's great because we laugh. We talk about the funny stories, things that happened in our classes. And it really does build you up. You want to surround yourself with people who do that for you. If you're finding yourself being surrounded by negative people, try to distance yourself a little bit. It's amazing how much influence one negative person can have over your life. You don't need that. Our lives are already difficult enough sometimes just because of the things that happen to us every day. We don't need to make them more difficult. In fact, we can make our lives so much easier than they are just by changing certain things, changing our mindset, changing the words we use, the way we think about ourselves, the people we surround ourselves with. All of those things can change our lives. And I bet if you took the time to actually go through your day and pay attention to your day, you would notice how many little miracles pop up for you as well. It's just like today. I was going about my day, gonna think about what I was gonna have for lunch because I worked out. My kids aren't here today, so I didn't have to cook for them. And my brother walks in and said, hey, I bought a sandwich and it was buy one, get one free, so I got you one. Doesn't seem like a lot, but it was a lot to me because then I didn't have to worry about what I was going to eat for lunch. It was already provided for me, which was really awesome. Like I said, going through the Starbucks drive-thru, sometimes people pay ahead for the person behind them. What a great surprise that is. It just makes your day. And you know that there are still good people left in this world. Even just my students the other day, passing out Chromebooks to them, said thank you. And that's one of the things that I think for me was something I noticed was that in the past few years, I would have students, when you would give them candy, give them a treat, never say thank you. And thank you goes a long way. And I was always taught as a kid, say the magic word. You knew it was thank you. Please and thank you. You had to say that. And I think a lot of people stopped teaching that, which is kind of sad because it really is a nice gesture to say thank you to people. Sometimes that's all they want to hear is thank you, and it brightens their day. And it did for me because all of these students, every single one of those kids said thank you when I gave them their Chromebook. And I was just passing out something they were already supposed to get anyway, but it was so nice, and they seemed so happy. And I think this is one of the first groups of kids coming to the high school who've had this Leader in Me training. It's amazing. I see such a difference. This way of thinking that we're shifting our minds to move out of victimhood and to take responsibility for our actions, it has had such a positive effect, definitely on me, and I can see it with these kids. It's just amazing. They were all sitting in assembly, the whole class, and they were quiet the whole time. And I know in the last class of kids that I had, they would constantly have to tell these students to be quiet so they could get through the assembly. They didn't have to do that with these kids at all. And it was amazing to me. But I know it's because our school is investing time and energy with them to teach them how to be highly effective people. And those habits of the highly effective people, a lot of those same habits are the same habits you practice whenever you practice spirituality. Changing your mindset, not being negative, having balance in your life, and also taking care of yourself, understanding others. All of those things kind of go hand in hand, and it's truly been an awesome first week for me. And I can't wait to see what these kids do or to share stories with you about these kids. And I hope that this continues. I know that part of that is on me as a teacher to help foster that relationship. But it was really, truly a miracle for me because it helped me to remember what my passion was with teaching again. And that was really the miracle that I was asking for from my spiritual team, because my attitude has totally shifted, which I'm so thankful for, because I did not want to go into this year with dread, with that kind of negative attitude. And I don't know what really was going on there, what was causing it, but I'm so super glad that it is totally changed. I feel so much better, and I'm actually looking forward to the school year, looking forward to Monday and getting to see those kids again, because they made me smile. They were so cute, so sweet, all of them. It's funny. It was amazing. Even just another example, I have a basketball set in my room we play games with when we are learning our verbs. And previous years, I would have had students who just went up there, grabbed it, started playing with it, not asking or anything, just taking things. One young man came up to me and said, "May I play with that basketball?" And first of all, I was shocked that he even asked, because I thought, most kids would have just taken it. That's just how it is lately. And I said, "Yeah, sure, just make sure you're in the corner, you're not going to hurt anyone," because it was some downtime, it was right before lunch. And I was so amazed that he actually asked and was thoughtful about it. And that really gives me hope in our future generations. I hope that all schools will really adopt the 7 traits of highly effective people, because it's called leadership, Leader in Me. And it's really great. I think it is picking up the slack where a lot of parents are not teaching those skills anymore, those be polite, be respectful skills. And I don't want to blame parents, because I know life gets busy, but it's just not really being taught at home. So it's nice to see that it's coming back again. And I hope that that will continue. And I will do everything in my power in my classroom to foster that atmosphere. And I let them know several times, "Oh, you guys are so awesome. You're such an awesome group of students." And they just smiled. It's so sweet. I hope that you will find people in your life who make you feel special, make you feel like you are living your best life, that contribute to that and not take away from that support you, want to build you up, want to make you a better person, or pushes you to be a better person in a good way. And when we have challenging people, they push us as well. But it's not always pleasant to deal with, but they are teaching us something as well. But I hope that you will take the time out to pay attention to your everyday life to see the miracles that already happened to you. I challenge you to write them down whenever you notice something happens to you and you think to yourself, well, that was interesting. Whenever I say that was interesting, to me, that's usually when something miraculous happened. Because you don't expect it, but it's something that makes your life more positive. So write it down and then look at it at the end of the day. You'll probably be amazed at how many little things happen to you throughout your day that I would consider to be miracles. Life itself is one big miracle. Regardless of what you believe, all of the things that we do every day to learn and grow are miraculous to me. That we survive, that we choose to do this again and again, that's a miracle. Don't take any second of life for granted. Love those around you. Spread kindness wherever you go. You never know that you might be someone else's miracle just by being kind. I hope that you have a wonderful day. I am sending you so much love and light, and I will be talking to you again soon. Bye-bye.